Welcome back to Comic Book Straight Talk. I'm Terry the French Tickler French.
Captain Dalian.
Eric the Knucklehead Eaton. We've got our surprise guest host again, back by popular demand. Who are you, sir?
Just Kenny.
Just Kenny.
I was promised tacos, and there's no tacos.
Well, it was too much of that talk of the chimichanga last time. Now, this week's episode, we're going to do we've had a lot of requests about fan call-ins and stuff like that. So we're going to go to the lines now. I believe we got someone on the line. Let's see. We've got to call him back. He just called us. We had to readjust down here in the basement and turn the lights on.
Set the phone down here.
Hello.
Hey, you're on Comic Book Straight Talk. This is Eric the Knucklehead. Who is this?
This is Alan.
Alan,
Oh.
faithful fan.
Yes.
And you won a prize.
I did.
Well,
I did.
the
I
the
won
one, the Doctor Strange, yeah.
I won the Doctor Strange #1.
Yeah, very cool.
Scotty Young.
Did you break it open and read it?
No, I couldn't bring myself to break it open.
Oh, okay.
And he's a big fan of Scotty Young.
Doctor Strange is a big fan of Scotty.
No, Alan's a big
Alan's a big fan of Scotty.
Scotty Young's a big fan of Alan.
Yeah.
I don't think Scotty Young's a fan of me. I think I'm just a fan of his.
Okay, Alan. Now to get to the brass tacks of things. What's your question for the Comic Book Straight Talker?
I was wondering what you guys, each of you thought was an underrated character. Like, is there a character out there that you thought maybe was could have been a good character if it had a better writing team or a better artist or a better promotional? Because there are several characters that, became mainstream, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there are several characters that are very underrated for me that I never see get their time to shine. So I was wondering what characters you liked that didn't get their time to shine, and also the other end is what characters do you think are kind of overrated that kind of get too much time to shine?
Well, overrated would have to be Wolverine.
Wolverine, Deadpool.
Wolverine, Deadpool, overrated.
for me would be Deadpool and Harley Quinn.
Underrated as far as characters, I think an underrated team, and now with the election, if people actually do it, they might gain popularity. Alpha Flight. I think they could have, Alpha Flight ran for a long series, and then they tried to reboot it late 90s and then early 2000s. But I think Alpha Flight as a team is pretty underrated. Myself, I would like it if they maybe would do a movie on Alpha Flight and kind of develop those characters for more mainstream.
They would probably make a really good show, like a TV series would be really good.
Yeah.
Alpha Flight.
I think it'd be pretty interesting.
There was a character it was called Starman. It was back in the 80s. Can't remember what his real name was in the book.
Will Payton.
Was it Will Payton?
Will Payton. Yep.
I really liked the character at first. He got his powers. He didn't know what the heck to do with these powers. He was in awe of superheroes when he saw them. And the book started off really good and then just went downhill from there. But I thought he was a fairly interesting character at first. And I just don't think he was developed properly.
Captain, do you have any underrated heroes or villains maybe, or characters in general?
Underrated for me, Slapstick.
Slapstick?
Yeah,
Okay.
the awesome Slapstick. I think with a good writer and a good artist, they could do something really well with him. He could be Marvel's Harley Quinn.
He could be.
Do you think Ambush Bug is underrated as well, don't you?
I hate Ambush Bug. Sorry. Sorry, Giffen.
For me, I would say that she's underutilized, but she's used quite often as Emma Frost. I think she's a lot more powerful than the writers that have written her have made her. I mean, I think there's so much potential with Emma Frost that she could be much more powerful, a much bigger threat than she is. And another one is, I can't remember his name. Maybe you'll remember his name, but he was like the anti-Batman from that Batman special. He wore brown.
Yeah.
Austin Reynolds listens. He knows
Yes,
who I'm
Austin would
talking
know
about.
who it is.
Yes.
I can't think of his
Is
name.
it
but
Catman?
yes.
No. He was basically like just like Kenny said, an anti-Batman. And he wore this brown suit and they had the background. I remember I can see the issue in my head.
The ears were a little bit bigger.
And it had a big green kind of circle behind
right,
it.
yeah.
It was a really good story. But yeah, I can't remember his name. or
That's the
anything
only
about it.
time they ever used him.
I thought you were talking about the guy that was like purple and yellow and green, but Morrison did. The Batman of Zenith of Puth or whatever it was.
I also think the Fool Killer is highly underused. They've done several miniseries with him. Each miniseries, we just got through talking about miniseries, is excellent in our last show. But so yeah, definitely the Fool Killer.
Alan, do you have any characters yourself that you think's underrated or underused or even overrated?
Definitely overrated. I feel like Wolverine and Spider-Man, once you fight Galactus, then your powers are basically spider abilities. It's too far. But as far as underrated, I've always thought the Wasp would actually be a really decent character, but they've kind of made her into more of a kind of a, I don't know, fashionista, kind of not smart, but then she leads, and then she doesn't, but then she's kind of there, but she's not.
Well-
so I thought she would be really good. They could really make her into a stronger character, a stronger female character lead. They usually just go with Black Widow or Scarlet Witch, and I think Wasp would be a really great one to be on there.
Well, they also just recently, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I thought you were done. They've reintroduced a Wasp.
Yes.
In all new Avengers.
They reintroduced the Wasp. They only reintroduced her to bring in the new Wasp. And
Right, which is like a...
It's kind of that. I feel like they bring her in to kind of boost her up, and then they just put her off to the side now. It's just like, okay, let's bring in this person who's now, she was part of the Red Room, and she's a scientist, and she's way better than his other Wasp, and so now we'll just
And I think she's
introduce them. So
she's Hank Pym's daughter.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Pym's daughter from her
His
first
first
marriage,
marriage.
and before they ended up before you even met Janet.
Very cool.
Cool.
That anti-Batman's name was the Rat.
Yeah.
The Rat.
Once you said it, I was like, oh yeah. He's had a lot of Batman's got a lot of villains though that are underused that are really pretty interesting. Same
Clayface.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's a major villain, but it used to be it's just I'm Clayface and big thing. But in Detective, they're making him more interesting and focusing his powers on different things. But
There's a history of that, taking an underutilized character and making them big. Frank Miller did it with Kingpin.
right.
Okay, very cool question. You got any other questions for us, Alan?
That was the only one that I had at the top of my head. Maybe I'll have to call back and see if I can find out or think of a different one.
Okay, well, we
all right.
want to thank you for calling us in.
We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for listening to me. You
All
guys
right.
have a great night.
You too, sir.
you
Thanks,
too.
Al.
Thanks.
Okay, very cool, very cool. I think we got another.
Another underutilized character, well, two of them would be Hellstorm and Satana.
I would love for someone to get a hold of Hellstorm.
I would like.
Do him right.
Well, Madame Xanadu was highly underused for the longest time until they did that series, and now she's kind of gone again. But yeah, definitely.
Do we have another caller?
I think we got another caller calling in here in a second.
What line is that?
Well, we're on
Line 4.
line 4. Well, it's blinking. I'm gonna.
We got a bat phone down here in the basement. It has several
Commissioner
lines.
Gordon, right? That's a red phone or
Do you have to
something.
leave? If it's Batman, you have to leave?
I do.
Yeah.
I might have something
He
to
is psyched.
take care in Gotham.
Because I haven't mentioned Gotham.
Terry just likes sliding down the pole.
But I would like
Yeah,
it
I would like to
if they did Alpha Flight. I think that would be cool. If they built Alpha.
I'd like to see some more Madame Xanadu myself.
Yeah.
We got the slide.
I'm always down for more Madame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that in that
Especially
series?
if Polluted draws.
The Prowler, they're doing the Prowler here recently. They got him a little miniseries going.
He died.
There's been more than one.
Spoilers.
But the new Prowler died,
Right.
and he's come back with the Jackal thing because of the clone conspiracy that we asked about last episode. He's come back, and so, but yeah.
I always thought he was interesting.
You know who kind of helped procreate that, don't you?
No,
I can't remember the name. Was John Romita Jr.
Okay. Kenny is showing us a picture of a hamster with an eyeball. I'm not sure what that has to do with underrated characters, but
Okay, we got our
Seth
our
posted.
phone lines back up. Let's see. If
Oh, okay.
We'll see who it is. Not sure why it's ringing, but we'll see if they pick up. So if someone called in why Alan had called, so we'll return their phone call. But maybe they won't pick up. Maybe we'll have to give them a call in another minute. All right, we'll just have to try another. We had another listener call in. I'll call them back.
you don't see enough Scott Pilgrim.
Although you mentioned that he's doing Snot Girl, and that's actually been
That is
pretty
true.
fun.
He's doing Snot Girl, which I picked up the first issue and it was pretty good. I haven't got a chance to read it anymore, but it was not what I was expecting. It's just pretty interesting. Well,
it's fun.
Yeah. Kenny, I think, likes Snot Girl.
He knows it's Snot Girl. I think I was the only one getting it because Mike made fun of me for it.
No, I think I was the only one that got it.
I think he got number 1. A lot of people got number 1, yeah. And I got number 2 and 3. I put it on my list. Yeah, so.
Have you got our next caller?
I'm trying to queue it up. This phone is kind of old, so Mike needs to update some of his technology. Internet.
The Batcave's been around for a long time.
Batcave has been around a long time, or maybe at least dusty. It's a little dusty down here in this basement.
Any
no, that adds character.
any series coming up that you're looking forward to reading, Dow, Kenny?
Terry Moore came out with a new series, Motor Girl.
Motor Girl, yeah.
Came out last week. I haven't had a chance to sit down and read it, but I'm looking forward to that. I've always liked his stuff.
Yeah, I did pick that up. I am looking forward to reading that as well. I have not got a chance to read that yet. Kenny?
I'm looking forward to that new Supergirl series.
Oh, that Sterling Gates is doing.
No.
Oh, the miniseries.
Yeah.
That's right.
Where
That's
she's in high school.
Okay, sorry, there.
High school problems.
Okay, we got the line fixed over here now. You're on Comic Book Straight Talk. What's your question, sir?
Well, who do we have?
Who we got? Who is this?
This is Jason.
Jason. All right, Jason from you're one of our loyal listeners, huh?
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
Okay, all right. Well,
first time we've had callers.
What's your question for us, sir?
I'm gonna go with what characters from the '90s would you guys like to see really blow up, maybe Batman proportions?
Wow, from the 90s.
Well, I have a whole run of Evangeline. I'd love for those to be worth
Did you hear
more
about
money.
that?
Yes.
Paramount possibly doing the movie.
Didn't your boy Slapstick come out in the early 90s?
No, he was late. He was late 80s.
He was?
Yeah. Actually, a character I think I want Backlash.
Backlash was a good character.
Yeah. I want Brett Booth to go back and draw how he did back then. But I want Backlash to blow up and be big like Batman.
Well, I'm having a hard time thinking of somebody. I think Savage Dragon in the 90s?
Yes, it was nice.
Yes,
I think Savage Dragon would be interesting as a TV show, just a comedy or a comedy movie like Deadpool. I think that would be hilarious.
Remember the show Sledgehammer? The late 80s? The cop who always had a big...
Jason, do you have anyone that you'd like to see blown up?
Oh, yeah, I would love to see Darkhawk blow up.
Oh,
I think that would be
Darkhawk,
good. I would like...
Darkhawk
He would fit real well in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Yeah.
That would be really cool there.
Ghost from Dark Horse.
Yeah,
I would like to see Spawn.
Oh, Spawn would be great.
Blow up to be big again.
Yeah, if they, which I've heard aren't they redoing his movie?
Yeah. Or Darkness would be good, yeah.
Darkness would be good, yeah.
Black Cross. From Dark Horse.
Speaking of your Punisher.
Come on.
No.
I'd like to see Witchblade get a resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
But the Witchblade it was a miniseries, wasn't it?
No.
That was ongoing.
Yeah,
That's right. It was 2 series. The first series was great. I remember that. And the second series undid everything in the first series.
What about Gen 13?
First season.
First season. Right.
Gen 13 would be really
Gen
good.
13 would be good.
Are we talking about as a TV show or
Yes.
movie? Is
Yeah.
that, oh,
Yeah, I was talking
Or
about the
just blow
TV
up-
show. The
blow
2
up in Gen
seasons. Yeah. The first season was excellent. And the second season, I'm like, what the heck? Because it just erased everything that happened in the first
Right.
season. Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
cool. You got any other questions for us, Jason?
No, I think that'll do it. How many of you guys are setting up the CollectorCon on December 3rd?
I think we all are, actually. And at one time or another, we'll have all of us there. So
We're giving away free autographs. Unless you want to charge us, then I guess you can charge us $5 and we'll sign something for you.
Well, yeah, we'll all sign just about anything you need signed.
For $7, we'll put someone else's name on it too.
Well, it depends on whose name they want.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's been fun.
all right. Thanks for
Thanks,
calling
guys.
in.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for listening. Well, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, 90s was a heyday for a lot of time.
Back you're going.
Yeah, I know. I just had a blank.
90s.
I'm trying to think. Who in the
I would like to see
90s?
Backlash.
The 90s was a blur.
There was a lot of it. Oh, we got another line blinking over here. Another light. Let's see. Hang on. I got to try to figure out how to hang this one up.
No, and he's like, almost like, I'm listening. Oh, Frasier thing.
All right. You're on Comic Book Straight Talk. Who do we got?
I'm Jacob Eaton.
Oh, hey, Jacob. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing.
All right. What's your question for the Comic Book Straight Talkers?
What's their favorite comic book?
Oh, what's our favorite
Awesome.
comic book? That's a good question.
Really
Do you
good.
have a favorite comic book?
Yes.
Okay, what's your favorite comic book?
Flash.
Oh, Flash is a
Awesome.
good one.
Flash is good.
Flash, let's see. I would probably say X-Men is my favorite. How about you, Tickler?
Well, there's not a series currently, but I still have the question. But ongoing Batman, Detective, definitely.
Justice League.
Justice League, that's a good one. Flash is in
No,
there.
not Fantastic Four.
It's not going on.
That's true. It's not.
Well, it was his favorite character.
Right.
How about you, Kenny?
Right now, it's Black Widow.
Black Widow. So we got Black Widow, the Justice League, Batman, and X-Men for current stuff. So, and you like the Flash. Any other questions for us?
My sister has a question.
Oh, your sister has a question. Okay, let's get her on the phone.
Hello?
Hi, are you his sister? Who are you?
Caitlin?
Oh, hi, Caitlin. All right, what's your question for us?
What's your favorite comic animal?
Oh, what's our favorite comic animal?
Wow.
Probably Falcon's Falcon. That's a cool little animal.
What's your favorite comic animal?
A kitty cat one.
A
A
kitty
kitty
one?
cat one.
Streaky.
Streaky the kitty cat. Meow meow. How about you, Tickler? What's your favorite animal?
Oh wow.
Comet the Horse.
No. Okay. Favorite. Only because I haven't really read any of the comics, but the character is a comic character. And there was a great series in the late 70s, early 80s of Felix the Cat that I enjoyed.
Oh,
So
Felix
Felix
the
the
cat.
Cat.
That's another cat one. All right, Captain.
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket Raccoon. That's a good little animal. He's a little bit crazy, but he's a good one. Kenny?
I'm going to go with Hot Dog from Jughead.
Hot Dog from
or
Jughead.
his proper name, J. Farnsworth Wigglebottom III.
Oh,
Wow.
Jay Farnsworth. All right, good question. You got any other questions for us?
No.
All right, well, thanks for
We appreciate
listening
you
in.
calling in.
You're
Have-
welcome.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Rock
Bye.
on.
Bye.
Well, that was interesting.
She talked to us.
Yeah.
Favorite comic animals. You don't think about the comic animals,
No,
but they're there.
I like Bat Hound as well. I mean,
That's a good
Ace the
one.
Bat.
Ace the Bat Hound. Yeah.
But you know
And
the best one?
Lock-
What about Crypto?
Crypto's
What
cool.
about Bat Cow?
Bat
Nobody
Cow.
gets Bat Cow love?
No. Or Bat Cow. I kind of
Or
think
Beppo the Superman.
Hey, yeah, who's your favorite pet avenger? Wait, we got a call?
All right, yeah, we got a
Oh, we got
caller
a
in.
call.
All right, who's our
Who's-
caller in? You're on Comic Book Straight Talk. Who we got?
Hey, it's Chastity. What's up, buddy?
Who? I'm sorry,
Who's
one more
this?
time.
Ryan Chastity.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Ryan
what's up?
How's it
Chastain.
going?
Hey, you won a contest
You did. He won a couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks
I
ago.
won a contest and never got a call from Dow.
I know. I'm sorry.
I know lately his agent's been pretty busy. He's had 3 signings. He had to go to a couple political rallies. We won't say which side because we don't want to lose or gain
It was
people.
Lex. I was voting. I was rallying for Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor 2016, 2017. It's not happening.
That's not.
I thought it was Gloria Stein.
No.
All right, what's your question for us, Comic Book Straight Talkers?
All right, I want to know about double covers and why they're so important.
Double covers is just a printing error.
Right.
Why they're so important? It's just a preference some people have. It's just interesting. People enjoy it. They think it's neat. It's probably one of the things that are incorrect that happen in the printing process that people just enjoy. It's just a preference. Just something fun. It's interesting also when they're graded. They grade both covers.
Yeah, and they'll know on which cover.
They average the two.
They average the two for the final grade, I believe. Or I think they may have started putting both grades.
Doing both grades now.
I think so.
I had
it's a printing error
They do,
that doesn't affect the book.
Right.
They are worth more money because people seek them.
Yeah.
And that's just because
it's kind
people
of a
like
weird,
them.
funky thing. Sort of like misprints on bills or misstrikes on coins.
Or people like that would go after like certain covers, like bondage covers, something that people go for double covers.
Right.
Yeah.
I had Iron Man 55 that had a double cover.
Right.
It was an interesting story that I sold at a con. But I could tell the story about this guy that, hey, it has a double cover. These are rare. So, I sold it for more than what it was going for. So.
One of my favorite double covers that actually a friend of ours gave us, John Caldwell, I gave to me, or I got it from him, it's a Batman issue where it's got two Batmans fighting, and then it's a double cover of two Batmans fighting. It's really cool.
So you have 4 Batmans fighting.
4 Batmans all together fighting. Yeah.
It's a Batman overload for the tickler.
Yeah.
That's right.
I actually have a double book.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen a couple of the double books.
A couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trinity #1.
Yeah.
They're actually not all that uncommon, but they're just something people enjoy and seek. So that raises
you
the price.
have to find the buyer for it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you tell some collectors that has a double cover, and they'll just stare at you.
There is a guy, though, that lives in Collinsville that loves to collect double covers. Jamie Stokes.
Mike Redmond
Mike
also
Redmond,
loves double
Oklahoma
covers.
City,
Redmond, yeah.
Mike's Marvels.
Sometimes they get together and fight over covers, and then they wind up both having one cover.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that may be something for the next Collector Con in a few months. Have a cage fight between Stokes and Redmond for a double cover book.
Yeah, they're tearing it out in the book.
Yeah. So,
do you have any double covers yourself, Mr. Chastain?
Just one.
Okay, who do you got?
A lot of money. I looked it up online, but I was just wondering because I see a lot of talk about it in the groups.
Yeah, well, when you look them up, look up the title of your book and or just look up double covered comics or something to that effect, and you'll find what's going on with double covers on eBay.
It's pretty interesting, especially if it's one of your favorite characters. If you like Hulk and you can pick up at least one issue of Hulk that's a double cover. They do sell majority of the time for higher. It might be 20-30% higher. Sometimes it's a lot higher if it's a key issue. I've seen like the first Carnage. It was like a 9896, and it went for considerably higher than the other Spider-Man 361s. But
Mike Redmond has a graded Amazing Spider-Man 129 double cover.
See, that one would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Literally.
It would be.
My call, guys. See you at Collector Con.
All right. Take
Thanks
care, man.
calling
Appreciate
in.
you calling.
Right. Very cool. Good question so far. Good question.
Do we have any other people on the
Well,
line?
let me check the lines here.
You were saying about Pet Avengers?
Yeah. Who's your favorite Pet Avenger?
Lockjaw.
Yeah, Lockjaw. Definitely. Although that what's the cat on there?
It's Speedball's cat. I can't think of the name of it.
I like that cat.
And Mr. something?
Yeah.
That was actually a girl.
Oh, no, that's Miss Lion.
Miss Lion.
I kind of think Batmite is sort of a animal of some sort. He's a weird creature. So, can we classify him?
That's almost like classifying Mr. Mistlebuck as an animal.
Alien, I guess, or something.
He's a fourth dimensional character.
He
Fourth or seventh.
he acts insane. So
If you were from a different dimension, would you not have to look insane?
some people say I am from a different dimension.
I was letting it go.
There are a lot of people that do wonder that.
Let's not press that issue.
All right, let's see.
You got somebody?
We got anyone else? Let me see.
I'll be pressed for time.
I don't know how much. I don't think so.
Is it a pressing matter right now? You got somewhere to go? You gotta.
We can edit all these pressing things out.
We could. Maybe we'll leave them in there. Maybe the press coverage is needed.
Let's see.
We don't have anyone on the lines right now. Any of the so far phone calls you guys really like?
I thought they were all fun.
They're all great. Yeah.
I just wish we had more.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, well, hang on. I got to put the quarter in the side of this phone. So one of the old school pay phones that Mike hasn't decided to upgrade yet.
Yeah, we have to pay to use the phone here in the back cave of Comic Empire.
Oh, we got us another caller here.
Well, if you didn't,
All right, hey, sir, you're on Comic Book Straight Talk. Who do we got?
This is the Reverend Caleb Moore.
Reverend Caleb
what's up,
Moore.
Caleb?
Preach it to us, brother.
What's up?
What's your question for the Comic Book Straight Talkers?
How come y'all never talked about Daredevil and how awesome it is right now, or Old Man Logan?
Well,
Is Old Man Logan good? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I take it back. I'm sorry. Now, are we talking now?
It was for like the first 4 or 5 issues.
Are we talking about the new relaunch of Old Man Logan or the more?
Yeah.
Actually,
The new relaunch.
Actually, you're right. It actually, until this newest story arc with the whole going back to Japan kind of thing, I'm not really liking that one as much. But yeah, the first probably 6 issues have been really good of Old Man Logan.
I enjoyed Old Man Logan.
Daredevil's been one of the best books going on right now.
See, to me,
Kenny's shaking his head.
I like the
Kenny's a Daredevil lover, and he's shaking his
I
He's
like
head.
the
no.
last series of Daredevil, the one that had Mark Waid and Chris Samney doing the art. I think it's Chris Samney. I liked that style, and that was good. I haven't really got much into the new Ron Garney one yet.
So what are you not liking about the current Daredevil, Kenny?
I just think they're trying to do the whole Frank Miller Daredevil thing again, and
Just not doing it right?
instead of doing their own take on it.
What do you think, Caleb?
He said it was. He thought it was
Well,
one
I
of the
didn't
best.
read actually the last Daredevil series, but I really enjoyed this one. I kind of disappeared on Daredevil for a while and just kind of got back into him. And
You kind of turned a blind eye toward Daredevil?
what's that?
You turned a blind eye toward Daredevil?
Yes, I turned a blind eye towards Daredevil.
Zing!
Because he was always one of my favorite characters growing up, and after the whole Affleck
Okay.
situation, I kind of left for a while.
Did you watch the director's cut of the Ben Affleck version of Daredevil?
I did, and everybody said that made up for it, and I thought it was just as bad.
Oh,
I agree.
I never thought it was a bad movie. Was it a great movie? No, not by a long shot, but it wasn't as terrible as people make it out to be.
I did like the idea of him sleeping in a sensory deprivation tank
in
the movie. I thought that made sense. I mean, I liked the director's cut of it, but it was good. It was I'd say on par with like the first Ghost Rider movie.
No, it was better than the first Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah.
But, it's
Daredevil is
close.
a superhero movie, what Twilight is a vampire movie.
Wow.
That's
Oh.
I can't go that far. Now, Elektra, yeah.
Yeah, no,
That
Electra was pretty bad.
minus the
Except
first
for the
10
first 10 minutes.
First 10 minutes.
First 10 minutes Electra was awesome.
How do you know? Maybe I love Twilight. I thought it was the best vampire movie ever. No, but that was my only question. I'm hanging new cabinets in my kitchen right now, so.
Well, we appreciate you
Yeah,
taking
we
the
appreciate
time
the
to
call.
call us.
Right, yeah. Great podcast, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks,
Thanks,
sir.
buddy.
All right.
That was pretty
Don't get me
good.
wrong. The new Daredevil series is good. It's just.
It's not weighted.
It's not. It's like they're trying to do Frank Miller, but they just don't have that Frank Miller flair to it.
Right.
So in other words,
Although the
doing-
blind spot character's kind of neat.
So they're trying to Frank Miller it, but they're doing Barney Miller.
You know, another couple of characters I just thought of that I thought were interesting at first. That
Sorry.
I've done a whole lot was in the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. He had a couple of characters.
His sister.
Not just sister, but he had a couple of enemies that he fought against. I thought
We had
were interesting.
Blackout.
Blackout, and there was one other too that Blackout and him teamed up together, or one was
Yeah, Sticks.
no,
Something like that.
but yeah, Blackout was an interesting character, and they haven't done a whole lot with him.
No.
So I definitely like to see more of Blackout.
Have you tried to read any of the new Daredevil
Oh
series?
yeah, I'm reading them. They're good. They're just. I just thought the Mark Waid.
Speaking of Daredevil, you've been working on that Daredevil run. How's that going? Where you at on that?
I'm kind of at a standstill right now.
Well, I mean, how many books